Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to discuss about the very important topic that is the Docker Compose. Okay, so we are going to discuss about why it is required and how you can use it in your project or anywhere where you want. Okay, so first we will understand why it is required. So let's take a very basic example. So for example, suppose you have to run a front-end application, like in your project you are having front-end, then you will be having backend and database, right? So normally how you will run your containers for all these applications? So you will tell me you will be running basically docker run command and all the other like whatever inputs you have to pass, like if you have to pass in environment variable using -e and environment variable name and the value, then the hyphen name container name, then you will assign port mapping, then the image name. So every time whenever you want to run your image as a container, so you need to use this docker run command, right? But there is one thing: if your docker run command is too long, so whenever if you type every time again and again, so it's a kind of very hectic work. So for me it's hectic. I don't know, for you, you might feel you will maybe enjoy it. Some people are there, they enjoy writing big docker run commands, but yeah, you should not do that. So to overcome this issue, something came in the market, that is the Docker Compose. Okay, so what is Docker Compose? So Docker Compose is basically, it is used for running the multiple containers at once. Okay, so if you will take an example, so you will be basically writing one YAML file. There you will be defining what are the containers you want to manage or you want to run using Docker Compose. So for example, you can define your front end image, you can define your back end image, you can define your databases, you can define your Redis, whatever you want to run at once without writing the docker run command, then you have to use the Docker Compose. Okay, so this is the quick introduction about it. So next what we are going to do will be simply doing the hands-on how you can just write the Docker Compose, and we'll make the application up and we will see what are the different Docker Compose commands you can use it. Okay, so yeah, let's go and do that. Okay, so the very first thing what you need to do here is you need to first of all install the Docker Compose. Okay, so you can just use these two commands, sudo apt get update and then the Docker Compose plugin install one. Okay, so I'll just hit enter and it will first update my packages and then it will go for the Docker Compose installation. Okay, I think it's done, it's already okay. So let's just do Docker Compose version. So here I'm getting the version, this one 5.1.3. Okay, so now let's first run this image. So we have this demo image, right? So for this what we do, we do docker run -dit, then we give some name like demo cont. We can give the port of 8080288080. Then you give the image name, that is the demo, right? So with this long command, what you do, you basically run the image. Okay, but okay, so here the issue is again the same, -jar. Okay, so that's fine. Again we need to just build the image. So now what I'm going to do is that mm, demo dot, okay, so let it build. Till then I will, what I will do, I will just show you how you will basically how you will basically write the Docker Compose file. Okay, so the very first thing is, previously what we used to do, we used to define some version colon 3 dot something or 2 dot some version we used to define, but now version is not required basically in the Docker Compose YAML file. So the file which we use is the YML format. Okay, or YAML, anything is fine. Then what we do, we write block of services, and inside services we write, suppose for example you have to give for front end, so you will give any name here. Then you will basically provide the image name, whatever image you are going to do. Then you can define your ports mapping here like 8080 colon 8080. Then if you have any network or something that you can define all those things, and even volumes also you can define here. Next one is like suppose you want to define backend. So same you will write B here and same with some image name, ports, and yeah, so on. Okay. So what we are going to do is that I will be showing you this for the this whatever Spring Boot application which we have built. For that I will just show you, and then I can show you for different like adding different images as well in that same Docker Compose file. Okay. So now, what I was trying to say that time, if you just basically run this command, so I need to change this to 1, okay? So if I do the docker ps, so you will see this container is running basically, and I'm typing this much command right now. So this is not much big, but sometimes it becomes very big when you work on some project where you have to pass different environment variables, okay? So the next thing is you have to basically create the docker-compose.yml file. You can create anywhere. So let's do like this. And here you can just define like services. In services, you have to give any name. So for example, here I'm giving demo spring, and then you need to give the image name. So image name we have the demo latest, and then you have to give the ports, and here ports we have mapping. That is 8080 and 8080. Okay, so right now I'll just try to stop this particular container, that is the demo cont1. Okay, so yeah, now in docker compose YAML you will see services demo string name, and we have provided the image, right? So now what you have to do is that you need to type this command, that is the docker compose up -d. What this command will do, it will basically if image is not there, it will pull the image and it will make the container up. Okay, so let's do that. So okay, it's showing, okay, we have given 2 colons, so that's the mistake. So let's just quickly remove. Yeah, okay, so here you can see network Ubuntu default and Ubuntu demo spring 1 started. So that means like whenever you use docker compose, so docker compose basically creates its own network as well, so that whatever containers are there, they can talk to each other. So this is also one good thing about the docker compose. So now the next command which you should remember is that you can just do docker compose ps. Okay, instead of docker I wrote docker. Okay, so the docker compose ps will show you the like whatever container you are running. So if I just head the curl request like http localhost colon 8080/hello, so it will basically work for me. Okay, and also if you want to see the logs, then that also you can see. Here you can see received request on hello endpoint. If I put again, and if I do the same docker logs, you will see another log here. So in this way you can just make your docker compose up. For the to make it down, you can just write docker compose down. This command will basically delete your container and stop it. And yeah, so now this is one thing. Next, if you have to add something more, for example, demo spring is one thing. I want to add Redis here, and here I'm going to use the image as Redis. So whatever you write in the image here, first it looks into your local, then it goes for any like Docker Hub repository. Okay, so now if I do for image and try to make it up again, docker compose -d, so we'll see it will pull Redis as well. Redis it will just pull, and other one is already present in the local, so it will take that. Okay, so yeah, so if I again just do the docker compose wait docker compose ps, so you will see 2 containers I have right now. And if I have to see log for anything, I can just do docker compose logs and give Redis to see the Redis log. And for another one also you can give demo, not demo, like whatever you have given in the compose file here, the name, that is the demo spring. Okay, So with this, you can see the logs related to the specific containers as well. Okay. So now next what I will do, I will again make it down, and in Docker Compose, I will simply add one more image. Okay. So suppose nginx, and I give an image also, I give as a nginx. So let's make it up. Hyphen D we are using just for the detached mode. Okay. So now you will see again here Docker Compose PS. If I do, so it will basically show me all those three containers. Okay. So in this way you can just use the Docker Compose to manage the multiple containers. Okay. So I hope you like this particular video and you might have understood what Docker Compose is and what is the actual use case of this. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this particular video. And if you have any queries, you can just ask me in comment section, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching.